Hi there, welcome to the Pricing for Profit series. If we haven't met before, I'm Sonia. I'm founder of the Balloon Biz Academy. Having grown my own balloon business, I now help other balloon business owners grow profitable and sustainable businesses. So the Pricing for Profit series came about because of two real things that I'm seeing a lot of in the industry. The first is I'm seeing a lot of how much should I charge for this type posts. And the second thing is I'm seeing a lot of general unhappiness about some of the low pricing that's quite visible in the industry right now. Excuse me. And I want to start up by saying that pricing for profit can be tricky because it's not like other businesses where you're buying products, they've got a recommended retail price, and you just sell them for the markup price. There's lots and lots of variables that go into pricing for for balloon designs. Also, depending on where you are in the world, even if you're in the same country as another person, your cost of your supplies can vary hugely, and this has a knock-on effect for the price that you need to be charging. I myself, when I first started my balloon business, found it really difficult to get to grips with pricing. I charged far too low for far too long in my business. But I just want to start by saying that what is not ever a good idea is, and it's what I see a lot of, is to be going into the Facebook groups and asking other people what you should charge for your balloons, because there's two reasons really. The first is it's actually illegal, certainly in this country, for two competing balloon businesses to agree a price. It goes against the anti-competitive laws. It's seen as price fixing, and this is basically just legislation to prevent the consumer having to pay a higher price. I mean, in our industry, actually, what it usually does is drive the pricing down, but it's still against the law. The second thing is there are an awful lot of people out there who are not charging anywhere near the minimum selling price they should be. So if you're getting advice of other people, for one thing, the advice could be bad because they don't actually know how to price properly themselves. And the second thing is they have no idea how much you're paying for your helium. They have no idea where you're getting your supplies from, your costs, your overheads, etc. So the thing with pricing is it's much better to find a system to price your own products and stick with that. Don't worry what everyone else is charging and doing. Find a system that's going to allow you to price for profit. It's going to allow you to cover your overheads. It's going to give you a good salary, and it's going to give you the lifestyle that you want. And it's essential, basically. It's one of the main reasons that balloon companies fold, and I've seen it time and time again. And it was one of the reasons that I set up the Balloon Biz Academy. In my area, far too many balloon companies with very talented people who are brilliant at making balloons folded around 12 months to 2 years. And it wasn't because they weren't great at making balloons, it's because they didn't get to grips with running a business and they were way off with their pricing. So by the time they got sort of to about 18-month mark, they worked out that they was working far too hard and they just didn't have enough in the bank to show for it. And this is commonly why people give up running their own balloon businesses. The other thing is, by pricing too low, it devalues the industry. And I've seen a lot of people sort of put this out there, and people have retorted that, oh, well, who cares? There's enough business to go around, blah, blah, blah. But actually, it has a big impact, because if we devalue the market we work within, it lowers customers' expectation of what they're prepared to pay for balloons. The knock-on effect of that as a marketplace is it becomes uninvestable. So the companies that make balloon products and ancillary products that we use no longer see us as a marketplace that necessarily they want to put new products in, they want to invest with education, because they don't see that the end customers, are going to value the pricing enough to be able to reimburse the outlay for that decision. So the thing is, the issues that I see around pricing in the industry particularly is that there are lots of tools out there to help with pricing. There's always been the Qualitex job costing sheet, which is quite simple and easy to do. There are various spreadsheets, there's apps, there's all sorts of tools to help with pricing. And yet I still consistently see lots and lots, it's not just a few, it's lots and lots of people way undercharging what they should be for their balloons. And generally what I seem to see happening is that when people use the tools that are available to them, they calculate their prices and they go, oh my God, that seems really high. And then they go and ask others, and often the advice they get is not great advice, and then quickly they reduce their price. And this is just reducing the ability to grow a profitable and sustainable business, because if you do not get your pricing right, you will not grow a business that is going to last you for time to come. You're going to get to a point where you have to make a decision to either go with the correct pricing or to give up, because it is hard work running a balloon business. You have to give up lots of your quality time that you could be spending with your family. You could be doing other things that you enjoy to run your business. So if your business is not paying you sufficient money, you're not seeing enough profit, you're not covering your overheads, you're going to get to a point in your business where you can't grow or scale it anymore because you don't have the funds to do so. And you're going to have to make some really difficult decisions. And that's what we really want to avoid happening. So one of the main reasons, apart from the fact that sometimes it's difficult with the tools that are out there to sort of price on the go. You know, I often use the various spreadsheets for my larger jobs, but sometimes, you know, when I'm pricing, sitting watching telly, when I'm out picking the kids up from school, when I'm out on a job, often there are times when you get 5 minutes just to answer a few messages, you answer some prices, and it's not always easy to sort of get your laptop up and calculate your prices. So I see that as one of the issues. But the bigger issues, I think, really around pricing comes to anxiety and mindset. I see lots and lots of anxieties, and I understand them, because the majority of the anxieties and the issues that people have with pricing is exactly how I felt when I started out. So they worry that they're going to be seen as too expensive. They worry that customers are going to say, oh, you're just too expensive and go elsewhere. They're worried that if they put their prices up, they will lose customers. They may feel that they live in too poor an area to be able to justify those prices, and people won't be able to afford them. And the other one is, well, I don't have a shop, I don't have big outlets. Actually, balloon supplies are not that expensive, so I'm not going to charge anywhere near the market value. And often that's not because they want to undercut other people. It's about what they feel comfortable telling customers their prices are. And whilst I understand all these things, and I felt all these things at the beginning, the one thing that I realised was, in order to be able to continue getting up every day, doing what I love, making a living out of making balloons, I had to get to grips with pricing. And in order to do that, I had to find a way to price on the go. I had to understand the factors that could make my prices more expensive and what I could do about them. And I had to deal with the anxieties. And that is why I brought out this series of 6 videos, because these are the most common things that seem to stop people pricing for profit in their business. So in this area, you will find the first video looks at a simple, quick and easy way for pricing. It talks to you about profit, it explains overheads, it tells you all the basics you need to know about pricing, and then it shows you a really easy way to price just using the calculator on your phone. In a few minutes, you can stop guesstimating and get your prices accurate. The second video then runs you through what to do if, when you've calculated your prices, you go, oh my God, I never realized they were going to come out that high. Now, sometimes it's actually to do with your setup in your business, where you're buying your supplies from, that type of stuff. There's a reason why your prices are high. And sometimes it's to do with the competition in your area. But in that video, I talk you through what you can do to qualify why your pricing might be much higher and how you can deal with it. The last 4 videos deal with mindset, and mindset is a huge thing for running a profitable and successful business. If you look at all the successful entrepreneurs out there, they will tell you that they spend a huge amount of time working on their mindset. I'm going to talk to you about what customers really mean when they say you're expensive, and why that is nothing to do with actually your pricing. I'm going to talk to you about what you can do to avoid getting into this whole, creating designs and trying to find your way through pricing, so you get to a point where actually customers are prepared to spend more on your products because they value your products. I'm going to talk to you about the fact that sometimes when you increase your prices, it means you're going to lose customers, but that actually can be a good thing for your business. It's something I had to do in my business, and it was a painful thing to do, but oh my gosh, I wish I'd done it much sooner. In the 3rd and 4th videos, I'm going to talk to you about pricing when you live in a low income area, and I'm going to talk to you about why, if you're working from home, you shouldn't reduce your prices because you perceive you've got low overheads, because it's actually far more difficult to scale your business, and more home-based businesses fail than shop or bricks and mortar type businesses. There's 6 videos there. Each one of them is to deal with one of the main issues I see predominantly from being in and around the balloon industry, but also the conversations that I regularly have with other balloon business owners just like you. It also comes from growing my own business, working through my anxieties, and I grew my business in a low income area. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. So check through the videos. There's a section at the bottom where you can add any comments, ask any questions. You can come over and join us in the Balloon Biz Academy Community Facebook group, where you'll get lots and lots of support. But what I do ask you to do is to commit yourself today to really get to grips with pricing for your business, because I want to see you succeed. I want to see you here for the long term, because having amazing people in this industry get to grips with their business is only a good thing for the industry. So I'll catch you in the next videos, and I'll say bye for now.